Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Ripper, the 1996 full motion video point and click adventure game from Take-Two Interactive, which is a cyberpunk serial killer thriller type of thing, for which I should give the following content warnings. This episode might well include swearing, violence and blood and gore, all of it from the game, none of it from me. So just be aware of that before we venture any further. We're currently in Wofford Cottage. This is one of the Woffords, the living Wofford. I think is Covington, and I think his deceased brother is called Hamilton, if I've written that down right. This is the most tenuous trail that we have to follow, so I've gone for the most Dirk Gently route I could find, and we've headed here. And currently we are trying to solve the remaining 3 puzzles left in this house to uncover, I think, vacuum tubes to put into a device to then release the location, possibly the password, I think the password, for the internet well of the deceased brother, in which we supposedly will find something. It's all very abstract, but last episode we went around and had a look at all the puzzles, and I was rather stumped by all of them. But off recording, I've had a go at them. I think we're set to solve all of them. But before we actually do that on screen, I wanted to check in with Covington and see if there's any more dialogue that we can get from him. Now I've had a look at all the puzzles, something might have changed.
You snoop around too much. For your own good. I'm more dangerous than I look. I warn you.
Okay, nothing useful there, but nice to get some more of the Burgess Meredith performance. I enjoyed that. So that's the one thing I want to do before we start, and also let's go have a look at the internet again. Let's go into cyberspace. Because, well, I want to test out, because we now know that we have a puzzle that involves time zones.
Dynamics operating system.
And we know there is a well. Oh wait.
Exit cyberspace.
In cyberspace that is symbolised by a clock. So let's see if we can go there, because much like when I was trying to find out about the Zodiac before, I know there is a well that has the symbol of the Zodiac. I feel like the game, there's a justifiable reason why the game should let us go to, there's the Zodiac one, let us go to a source of information about time zones to solve a time zone puzzle, right? That surely makes sense. There's the clock. No. I mean,
library.
Maybe that's the clock just means that is Wofford's well. That could be it. So yeah, I think. Well, if we go to the library, which we knew about before, there's all these other eclectic images. We can have a look at the back issues of the last 3 issues of our daily virtual paper, and then that's probably going to be it, isn't it? That's disappointing. So it's
Exit cyberspace.
The symbols that are used are probably going to make more sense after the fact than they do in trying to solve the actual puzzles. Well, let's go solve these puzzles. I'll talk about them as we go through them. I'm going to sidle awkwardly across a few rooms and up some stairs. I'm going to see you with the cash register puzzle in the bedroom. Okay, here we are. This is a coin drop cash register activating puzzle. I will set things going. What I have found in trying to work out these puzzles rather frustrating is that I don't know of any way to skip the animation. And as charming as it is, once you've been doing it dozens of times, it gets a little grating. So now this coin dispenser dispenses 1 cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents coins, and you can work out which button dispenses which. The coin, the the cash register will always register the correct amount for the coin that is entered into it. And it will only show 4 amounts, and then it will clear itself and reset. And you can do duplicates, which I didn't realise to start with. I assumed it wouldn't do, because a mechanical register of this nature wouldn't be able to show you multiples of the same value. I don't think that's how they work. So I had to learn that the hard way. So you can do duplicates. This is going to give us another 5, and it will reset. There you go. So that's what's going on there. And let's go have a look at the origin of the solution for this, as to what code we need to put in, is on the patent that is framed on the turn of the stairs. So I will see you there in just a second. Okay, here we are. So this is our only real source of numbers. So much like with the time puzzle, as we'll see in a minute, the key to the solution is in a different room to the puzzle itself. And now, this is not displaying very clearly. I'm going to be generous and say that this may have looked clearer on a CRT monitor back in 1996. But the key piece of information we need is the patent number here. Note that the patent date is the 1st of the 5th, 2011, presumably, as this is set in the future. And those are numbers that you can construct on the till. I did try that. I tried a few combinations of trying to get that to work. I did 1511 as keying things in. I tried 15101 in case you're adding the 10 and 1 together. That didn't work. So I turned to the patent number, and as far as I can tell, it reads P2X255127, and then I think after a little bit of squinting, that's a 0.5a. So I initially read that as like, well, where are some useful numbers in this from which I can divine a sequence of numbers, and I read it as 25, 5, 1, and then 5. Makes sense. Those are all ones that can be arrived at on the register. That's not the solution. And I thought, well, hang on, maybe that's 10, 25, 5, 1. That could be, and then they're all numbers are together in a sequence. That could be, they could try to obscure things with the X there. That could work. It wasn't that. And I thought, well, maybe it's 2 times 25. So 25, 25, 5 and 1. Wasn't that? So apparently, if we ignore the P and A arbitrarily, but do not ignore the X and take that as a multiplier, actually what we're doing is we're multiplying all of this as a non-integer. Apparently, we're doubling that, getting another whole number, which we then have to segment into a sequence of numbers that we put into the cash register. So I've made it sound more complex than it is, but we times all this by 2, and we get, how would I read that? Oh, it's 510,255, which then you can break into 5, 10, 25, 5. And to me, this is the least natural of the puzzles to solve, which perhaps doesn't bode well for the rest of them. Because I did have to look up. I went to my friendly UHS Hints website and had a little discreet look as far as I needed to work out what was going on there. As soon as it suggested that I'd had to use a multiplier, I did arrive at the solution. But the way my brain works, I would not be looking for one long number, which I'd then have to break into a sequence. I would be looking for a way to order a sequence. So it obscured, it's double obscured to my mind by having extra letters involved. If the patent number just read 2x255127.5, I think I would have got there quicker. If the date had been unrelated numbers, I think I would have got there quicker. And without help, obviously. Okay, so we should be doing this. I might whinge a bit more about the puzzle to fill in for the time that the animation takes. But we're nearly there. Okay, so 25. Yeah, here we go. This should do it. Ka-ching! Okay, so we've got... Oh, okay, that automatically... I think that put something in our inventory. I think we're now... The puzzle is no longer interactable. We don't get to see that. Where this inventory is the final count, isn't it? A vacuum tube. There we go. Oh, okay. Double clicked on it. That just thinks you're trying to use it. I want a description. I don't think you can get a description. That's fine. I think because the exact point that we clicked on to pick up the tube was where the done button was. Then we immediately closed the window there. Okay, I will see you back downstairs. We're going to have a go at the table puzzle next, which I think is the most intuitive of the puzzles, but also the most boring. Okay, folks, here's the table puzzle. It's like a little labyrinth with a little ball bearing that runs through it, and you've got 5 switches. Which change various of these gates, and you've got to get the ball from here, I know it's not easy to see, to here, which is the end point. And the other kink in solving it is that the ball is released not when you choose, but on every 3rd switch press. And you can only press switches once within the period of 3 before which a ball is released. So once the ball is released, reset, you can press any ones again, but you have to press 3 different ones in each segment. So I mean, I tried to approach this in a fairly methodical way. So I worked out the necessary path would be down here. So we need to make sure these gates are in the correct places for this to be navigated. So you can see at the moment only this is the only gate that is blocking progress, because the ball will go up there instead. So I numbered the gates, gate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I went down switches top to bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and worked out what altered what gates. So they all alter 2 gates each. Apart from gate 1, which apparently alters gate 1, gate 2, and gate 5, and there is overlap obviously between gates that it alters, which makes it more difficult. Intellectually I can't work that out just in my head, so I have to just keep experimenting, and I've eventually come up with a sequence of 12 presses that will get us there. So bear with me while I do that. So I've got B5 to start with, and then B4. And then B1, and that will release the ball to no effect, unfortunately this time. But that's segment 1 down. You do have to wait for the animation to pass, and if it's quite a particularly long run before the ball gets to the gutter, as this is really, you just sort of sat here. Not great fun while you're experimenting and just want to get on with the next set of presses, but it's not the end of the world. Maybe there is an animation skip button, I just have yet to find it. Alright, next set is B4. I'm calling them B for button, because for some reason I decided they were buttons instead of switches when I was writing this. 2. Off we go again. Yeah, so then there might well be a way to do this with fewer switches. But this is one I've worked out that will work, so that's what we're going for. There we go. Alright, we're going back for switch B2, B3, B5. We go again. So there'll just be 3 more after this. I guess I appreciate this one the most because it is a logic puzzle and all the information you need is contained within the puzzle. That's fine by me. I think where you're looking for some esoteric information that is external to the puzzle itself, it's slightly shaky ground as with the other 2. I'm slightly worried about how easy it would be to solve the puzzles we know or suspect exist already, such as the crystals puzzle, the library code puzzle. I might need to go back to my old friends at UHS hints to work my way through that. Here we go, we're getting to the end. Hooray! Lovely. Let's pick up this one. Now I've got 2 of them. That's exciting. They don't stack them. Interesting. It doesn't look like we could have many things, judged by the size of the interface. It doesn't look like we could have many things in our inventory at one time before they sort of ungainly spill off the screen. Okay, so can't remember where we talked, how far we got thinking about this last time, but there's 3 clocks, and it appears to be related to 3 different locations. There's one that just says US Army. There's one that is a cuckoo, looks like a cuckoo clock, and one that has a couple of camels and a pyramid on it. So I've deduced that the US Army one has to be somewhere in the United States of America. The cuckoo clock is probably Switzerland, because that's the closest popular association with cuckoo clocks. And then this one seems to have symbols of Egypt on it. So we need to work out the relative time zones of those places. And our point of reference is the clock upstairs in the bedroom, a broken clock, which is stuck at 2:35. It's a dial clock, so we don't know whether that's 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon, which will be relevant when we come to the digital clocks. And on the wall adjacent to this puzzle is this map of time zones, which again I kind of wish was both more accurate and clearer to see. It would be handy if there was a ability to inspect it closer up and actually get place names. So I'm assuming, as this game is located in New York, that New York is the time zone we need for the US one anyway, as our point of reference for everything else. So I'm trying to work out from here, and I couldn't quite get it. I will hang on. Where am I? Oh, here we go. Here are my notes. So I struggle with. I mean, I can't. I've had a look at it, a better, clearer map since, but I think Switzerland is like from the meridian. I think Switzerland is like 1 time zone over. Egypt is 2, so I think Switzerland is like somewhere around here. Somewhere, yeah, I think about there, and Egypt's there. So that's 1 and 2 past there. But I was trying to go back to New York, and what doesn't help also is that the time, the dials as references for time are placed on like longitudinal lines rather than above the columns, so it's hard to know whether they represent, because you can't see this edge either, so you haven't got that reference, but they seem to represent a line of time rather than a zone of time, which is actually what these columns should be. So that's also not very helpful. So let's see if we can work out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think New York is probably somewhere in this region. So I was trying to go on the basis that New York was like kind of 5 behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, No, actually 4. I was thinking originally 4 behind the meridian, but it is apparently 5. It's like there's 6 hours difference between New York and Switzerland. So I looked this up on my real life cyberspace, and then 7 hours between New York and Egypt. So I'm hoping with that information we can actually solve this. All to say, I hope this one I haven't tested. I haven't got any verification for this one. So let's see if we can do it. You have to drag the hands on the manual clock. So this is going to be 2 plus 6 for Switzerland is going to be 8. 8:35. Let's hope that's correct. And it won't matter whether that's morning or afternoon for this one. And then on here, let's go. So if we say it is morning, then that will make this. Yeah, so we just need to 8. No, hold on. What am I doing? Army? No. No, I need this to be 2:35. What am I doing? 2:35. Right, because this is our point of reference. So it's either 2:35 or it's 14:35. So that's all the fun and charm of setting your real clocks in real life, if you have any. Okay, and then so this will be 1 hour later, so 1 hour later than Switzerland, so it would be 9. So go for 9 in the morning, which I take it is because this doesn't have 24-hour clock, it just has 12-hour clock, bizarrely, and just puts a dot in here to denote whether it's one section of 12 or another. I'm assuming without the dot it's the morning, and with the dot it is the afternoon. But we can work out the combos if we have to. Right, so I mean this might all be solved in a moment, or it might not. It's not. Okay, fabulous. Okay, so if that doesn't work, then let's go for this being no. So it'd have to be, that stays the same. This would have to be 14. No. 14. Good. Okay, this isn't working, so then this would have to be what's 9? It is 21, isn't it? 21. Okay, so it has to be 21. No, it just be 9. Second half 9. Okay. Yes! Puzzle solved. No thanks to your crappy time zone map. Thank you. Okay. Well, let's see what Burgess Meredith has to say to us. Now we've got 3 vacuum tubes in our pocket. Okay, Covington, what have you got to say to this?
You snoop around.
Oh, I do.
much.
I do.
For your own good. I'm more dangerous than I look. I warn you.
Alright, well I'm just gonna, can I go? No, I have to, okay. I'm gonna rotate the awkward way around the room. I think I can, if I go this way, I think I can get to the machine. And then turn, can I turn right? Okay. Right, so, what shall I do this then? Covington. Let's, here, let's use a vacuum tube. Are we going to have to see this animation 3 times? Oh, yes we are. Can I skip it? No, I can't skip it. Fantastic. I mean, props them for... Oh, make it... Oh, I pressed escape, didn't I? Making an animation. Appreciate it. But also, didn't really need it. Or like, if I've got 3, just show me it once and then put them all in. Because I'm not going to use them for anything else, am I? Let's be honest. Right, so now empty inventory. Okay, let's press the power button. Fabulous. So it's just 3 duds we were replacing. And then this, right, I've got my pencil ready. What are you going to tell me? Vulcan! And it's making a nice Star Trek-y sound as well. Okay, and that was it. Fantastic. I assume if I do that, it will show me again, but I don't want to go through that. Right. Well, now, surely, we're not going to share it with Covington.
You snoop
Why not?
around too much.
Come on,
For your own
Jake. Pull
good.
your finger out.
I'm more dangerous than I look. I warn you.
It's clearly important to him, so why? Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to save the game because that's going to be important. Let's save the game there. Okay. Vulcan to the future. I don't know if I'm going to know what that means again, but I know what that means in this moment. Okay. Let's deck in and let's go see what we can find. You know what? We might even get some cyberspace combat, so that'll be fun.
Virtual Dynamics Operating System. Exit cyberspace.
Alright, I'm going to assume it's the clock and go this way. I'm looking forward to going to Cyclops Land. It should be fun. Or the circus. Communist circus or whatever it is.
Wofford well.
Yes, see? So it was a post fact. So probably then the Zodiac is going to be Christine's well. Oh, I like how it floats up to you. Right, so now I need to put the password in. It's clearly Vulcan. Oh,
This is really strange. Books, pictures, and references to Victorian England. The old man must have been constructing a virtual Victorian environment at the time of his murder.
oh, Jack the Ripper.
Why?
Okay, what can I interact with? Give me hints. Give me hints. F1 hints, please. No? Oh, are we still animating? I think this is just looping though, right? What can I interact with?
A scale model for what looks like a Victorian city.
Okay.
Apparently the Woffords did most of their notional modeling in this well. The virtual tools of the trade were apparent. But what caught my eye was the scale model of a virtual city that was stored here.
Sure, well, why you... So, I'm confused, why is everything interactable? Like, everything on the screen? Apart from this bit here. And why are you editorializing, Jake? So I think most of the screen's occupied by the model. Is there...
A scale model for what looks like a Victorian city.
What am I supposed to do with it? And what about this?
Apparently the Woffords did most of their notional modeling in this well.
Right.
The virtual tools of the trade were apparent. But what caught my eye was the scale model of a virtual city that was stored here.
Sure, yeah, so what I'm wondering, Jake, is what did I go through all this for?
Apparently the Woffords did most of their notional
Yeah.
modeling in this well.
You did say that.
The virtual tools of the trade were apparent.
Is there a... Can I stop?
What caught my eye was the scale model of
Yeah.
a virtual city
Yeah,
that was stored here.
sure. Can I stop this model spinning? Can I interact with particular parts of it? It's going quite fast. Like, I'm interested in, like, the purple bit. Is that something I can click on?
Apparently the Woffords did most of their notional modeling
that-
in this well.
That counts as the outside.
Virtual
Okay.
tools of
Cool.
the trade were apparent.
Cool.
But what caught my eye was the scale model of a virtual
Yeah.
city that was stored here.
So what can I do? What can I do with it, mate?
A scale model for what looks like a Victorian city.
Can I go back and talk to the brother? I'm gonna try and go back and talk to the brother. Oh, okay. So there's an inside the model and outside the model dialogue, and that's it. Can I go this way? No, can't. And there's no help whatsoever. Great. Well, let's go out there. Fabulous. I think you'll agree that was entirely worth it. I think we're getting Jack the Ripper vibes, aren't we? So probably
Exit cyberspace.
there was some sicko using the virtual world to reenact the crimes of Jack the Ripper. That's probably what's going on, and then that's spilled into the real world because the internet is dangerous.
You snoop
Oh,
around
for goodness sake.
for your
What?
own good. I'm more dangerous.
Well, we're
than
done
I
here.
look.
We're done
I
here.
warn you.
Done here. So, I'm going to sidle awkwardly around the room. I mean, I don't have to, but it's more fun that way. And then I think we can exit the... No? There's one screen from which you can exit this house. And it is through this slatted... No, I don't want that, thanks. The slatted door that is currently to my left. But you have to look at it from the right angle to be able to access it. Right, let's go push my face into this door. And let's turn around. And I think this is where we need to be. Fabulous. So, let's go somewhere else. For next time, we shall head to the next most tangential location. Soap's Smokehouse. It's a promise. See you then, next time on Let's Play Ripper. Take care. Bye bye.